Trump tariffs are live, and as expected, global markets did not like that at all. So if somehow you live under a rock, the Trump administration is doing something very controversial in the economic side of things, mainly these tariffs, which will affect pockets of consumers, the pockets of everyone that lives in the United States. So you might think, well, I don't live in the States, so fortunately it won't affect me. Guess what? That is where you were wrong, because the global economy is mostly dollarized. So if the dollar loses its value, everything will start to collapse. I didn't even want to mention this, but this would make Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, which in the past years have become crazy. Every time I open his tweet, he's saying there's going to be a massive crash. So by calling wolf a lot of times, eventually the wolf will come. So I really don't want him to be right on this one, but this puts a lot of pressure on every economy in the world. The global economy is suffering. So we're going to take a look at that in today's video. So welcome back. Let's jump deep into it. So major world market indices. So this doesn't show just the American economy. It shows the globe, the entirety of the global market and its indices. So here we take a look that from the Dow Jones to the S&P, everything is red. The VIX, which is the volatility index, is up. So that's the only thing up. Then if we go from Canada, Brazil, Mexico, the world, Germany, UK, France, Euro, everything. Then we go to Portugal, then we go to Asia. We only have two indices in the whole world that are performing well, which one is Taiwan, of course, because the AI boom, chips are performing well. So the Taiwan stock market is, and Singapore is also doing good. Both of them are green, not by much, but they are green indeed. And the rest of the world is suffering. So you can see how a simple change in a single country, which again, it is the largest economic power in the world, how it affects everyone else. And we can even look at the SP 500. Look at how it is melting. The SP 500 is melting. The market is scared and money is flowing out. And so far, minus 2.66% in just the past 24 hours. So it broke below the 50 moving average. It broke below this trend line that it was following. So we don't know where it's going to stop. Again, falling even more, 52.50 right now, and it keeps on going. And this will affect, of course, our cryptocurrencies, as we're seeing here on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, and unfortunately also on Solana. So all of these are going down. If we actually go to CoinMarketCap, you can see that everything that we saw green on Monday, because we opened oversold, we opened below the Bollinger. So that usually brings a correction. Like I even said for the S&P 500, we opened on Monday below the Bollinger. So that usually brings up a correction. Well, that ended up not happening at all. We opened below the Bollinger, we stayed on the 50 moving average, and then we just tanked. As the markets can feel and sense and then adapt to the current tariff situation, everything starts to move and take place. So Bitcoin now, it is on a scary position right now. If we lose the 80 again, the 80,000, then we have the 77, then we have the 69, and below the 69, who knows what is going to happen. For Ethereum, we are again below the 1800, which was what was holding us for quite a while. And below this, we're looking at 2023, 2022 levels. So that is scary indeed. Look at how much we lost from upwards of $4,000 down now to the 1700. So Ethereum, very sad to see. A lot of us are struggling and hurting with Ethereum. But if we go to Solana, we are losing as well from the almost $300 that we had right here. And now we are risking of losing this strong place of the 120s that were hopeful that was going to hold us before. And now it looks like it might not. But again, this might be just a flush to then correct back up. I'm hoping for that. And we can see from liquidations right here that we have some strong upside for Bitcoin. And if we switch that to Ethereum still negative on a path to the low 1700s. And if we go to Solana also is not looking good for us holders, because it is on the path for the $112. Right now it is at 114. So it has a little bit more to go. If you're not a holder and you are a trader, maybe now it is time, again, take consideration indicators, your own strategy, but now you could be looking to squeeze out some profits here with some shorts. Of course, remember that this is not a financial advice, but you should start looking to see if it is a possible good entry for you, trader, on the short term, for you to capitalize, maybe opening a put, maybe a leverage short, whatever means of shorting an asset that you have. With options is better because you don't have liquidation, but it is up to you if you want to go 200x max bidding on any leverage platform. But again, with options, you don't have liquidation. So that could be a good entry if you have like 10, 15, 50, $100 to spare. By buying a put, you can capitalize capitalize on the fall of an asset. And as always, if you're too scared to trade or to do anything with the markets, guess what? Today is day 4 of April, and we are already a third of the way, more than a third of the way compared to March. So in March, we closed at 3.09%, and with April, we closed at 1.10%. And we have a lot of good updates here on the topics. One of them is that very soon we're going to be deploying the dApp on Solana, meaning that faster and cheaper fees. The Bitopics token as well will be launched again on Solana. So that will be very good for Solana holders and people who like Solana in general. And we had a partnership with OKX that should bring in more liquidity, cheaper fees, which should increase our returns right here and your returns if you're trading option by yourself. Overall, very good news for us from the Bitopics team. We're reaching 2 million in assets under management right here. This is money deposited by users that are making this huge return on stablecoins. So imagine $2 million making this huge return on stablecoins, almost 100%, just by depositing and waiting, living the passive life. You cannot find that on stocks. This is the only place where you can find that. So check it out. We have videos on the channel explaining you how to deposit, how to withdraw, how to get into options. And soon enough, we're going to have a course for you on how to do everything options related. So from zero to hero and everything in between. So stay tuned for that. And again, safe weekend for you. And I'll catch you guys on Monday. So take care and I'll see you guys then. Peace.